Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Monica Coleman from Inside Capitol Hill, and today we have a most exciting program to tell you about. It's especially wonderful for me because it's a group that I actually know about and am a member of their club. I joined in 2020 at the beginning of the year, and it has made such a difference in my life in just a short time. I know that there are so many people, so many of you, and so many people that I know as well, who are really struggling because of the coronavirus. Some people can't work anymore, and so there's a job problem for them. And the money has run out from the government so fast, they're all in a turmoil. We also have students who have been kicked out of school because they can't attend because of the coronavirus. And they're wondering what's going to happen to their future. And of course, the job market is tightening up. We're stuck at home. And some people are just frustrated because they're home isolated and feel they have no hope and no way to grow. And so this program that we have for you today gives you an option to take charge of your life again, even though you may be stuck at home, even though life is tough. There is a way forward to you. It's called Titans Accelerator Survive and Thrive Direct Marketing Summit. It's going to be held on Tuesday, and we're hoping that you would like to attend. After you hear the information, if it fits, you can contact them. And you'll notice there is a link, ThriveNow.Live. It will take you to all the information you need to know about this program and decide whether it's right for you. Titans Accelerator is a virtual mastermind that Chris Mason and Brian Kurtz created in January 2020. They have both had a long-term successful background, and they decided their goal in this program is to help entrepreneurs by giving them access to living business legends. That's right, people who are well-established and making lucrative incomes in this field, and they're willing to share their lessons learned that they have that's built their business. So today you're going to be seeing such opportunities that may be right for you. And we are going to be having someone join us soon. His name is Chris Mason. He is a co-founder, and he's a direct response businessman who turns leads into buyers. Leads are places where you go and you develop ways that people can understand the business and turn your buyers into clients. And he is in direct mail and newspaper. And this is working with local brick and mortar service businesses who want to increase their phone calls for new customers. So these Titans Accelerator really successful people are going to share the summit. You too can grab into this opportunity and create a better life for yourself and a better income.
Or maybe
So let me tell you a little bit about how I've been helped so much by the Titans Accelerator, and that is that they have shown me a better way to create direct marketing so that people understand that we're not out there to sell you something. We're
so you're not getting it at all.
a solution.
That's interesting.
And that
Okay,
way you can grow and your clients can grow as well.
I will get the URL and
so we're waiting for Chris. He's been
will.
It's terrible traffic out there, and it's also in the virtual community. We're having some types of technical difficulties trying to get people in, but he is on his way. And let me tell you about direct marketing. Direct marketing is different than advertising. Advertising is where you want to promote something by letting people just feel it. And you see ads on television that do that. But direct marketing is something that's more personal. It's something where you are important more than sale. What we want to do is find solutions, problems that people have in general, and get to know what those problems are, how we can solve them, and how we can make you more fruitful and help you to find the solutions you want and the dreams you desire to reach. So with this, I think that we can turn into the Titans Accelerator program. Lillian, the head of the station, do you have an update by any chance when he might?
Yes, I'm going to be texting him the information so that he can join you.
Super. So okay, so then what I will do in the meantime, while we're waiting for Chris, I'll tell you about some of the things that I've learned from Titans Accelerator in the time that I've been there. We meet once a month virtually, and Brian Kurtz, who is a longtime uh, direct marketer and just an extraordinary person, he's written a book called Over Deliver that is just amazing. I'd recommend it to everyone, that he lets you know exactly in very precise terms how to market what you're trying to do. And it's based on giving value to your clients, not having a product that you want to sell because you want to make money from it, but it's more from a perspective of, we have these people out here who have a desire to reach a certain goal or to solve a certain problem. And so direct marketers, they learn about in detail, very highly detail, about what these people who are looking for these solutions or trying to reach these goals, what exactly is it that they need? What's that key that's going to open the door for them? And so what Titans Accelerator does is teaches you how to learn these things about people so that you're not giving them products they don't want, and you're not wasting their time by trying to give them something that is totally out of the realm of what they're looking for. And he does this in such a creative way. He and Chris Mason both are a team that runs this program, and they bring in many wonderful, well experienced people for each and every aspect of what you need to do to be successful for yourself, but more so to really make your clients happy. And it's a wonderful feeling that you don't feel like you're pushing something down somebody's throat, but instead you're trying to learn about them to the extent that they feel comfortable because they know you're not pushing something, and you're finding solutions for them that make them happy, get them their goals, and have them have a much better life. It's a very lucrative career in direct marketing. And while yes, every career has its stress points. I mean, you have to get the work done, you have to do the research, you have to write about it. But the most fascinating thing about the direct marketing world is that in the end of the day, you feel really good because you know you're helping people. And you don't have that horrible feeling as a salesperson, well, I sold that piece of junk to this person, but hey, I got my dollars. It's just a direct opposite. And so I would encourage each of you, if you are interested in finding a new career while you're our coronavirus problems are here, and perhaps it's impacted your life. Perhaps you're looking for something new. I would strongly advise you to attend the summit on Tuesday. It is free, and you can learn more about it by going to ThriveNow.Live, which you will see across your screen. Write it down and check this out. And you will see that you will find everything you need to know, and you'll also note that they have a lot of high-powered, very knowledgeable, decades of experience people that are going to be speaking at this summit. And there's no one way to do direct marketing. I mean, you can do it through writing letters, you can do it through emails, you can do it through public speaking. There's many ways that you can find an entry to this fascinating world of direct marketing. And the nice thing too about direct marketing that I love so much about it is, while you're helping others and while you're making a great career for yourself, you are also constantly learning. Because remember, you're out there as a problem solver, and you want to help people in many different areas of life with many different issues to address. And whether you are addressing something that's government related, or whether you're addressing a B2B writer, there are so many opportunities out there. And I think that if you go to the summit and you see what's available, uh, I think you'll really want to attend. And now I have the great honor of introducing Chris Mason. Again, Chris is a direct response businessman who turns more leads into buyers using channels like the web, direct mail, and newspaper. And this includes working with local brick and mortar service businesses who want to increase their phone calls from new customers. He is a co-founder of the Titans Accelerator, and he is here to talk to you about the Titans Accelerator Survive and Thrive Direct Marketing Summit, which occurs on Tuesday. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So I've been talking to our audience about what direct marketing is and some of the opportunities. And also I've been discussing with them how excited I am about the summit coming up. And it is a free to attend. And so I'm going to jump right in, Chris, and ask you to tell us a little more. Maybe you can start by telling us about yourself and how you became involved in Titans Accelerator.
Yeah. So with Titans Accelerator, Brian Kurtz is a legendary direct response marketer. And he helped, for decades, he built up this really successful publishing company through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s called Boardroom Publishing. And when he exited from Boardroom, I teamed up with him, and we formed Titans Marketing together. And there was an event back in 2013 called Titans of Direct Response, where it was a 2-day event, and some of the greatest names in direct response marketing came and shared their secrets. And it was really in honor of Marty Edelston, who was the founder of Boardroom, who had recently passed away. So that's where my path crossed with Brian, and then we co-founded and created Titans Marketing, launched a mastermind, and then more recently, we wanted to do a virtual mastermind. So something that would be more accessible for folks who don't have a lot of funds to invest for traveling all over the place to do these in-person mastermind meetings. So Accelerator was really about giving people access to these legends of marketing, because Brian has this really wide network of people that he can bring in. And if you're doing it on a Zoom call, there's no travel expense, and it's not really an expensive thing to run or anything like that. And we can give a lot of value to members. So the premise with Accelerator is that you can move exponentially faster in your business and reach your goals, whatever those are, if you can learn from other people who have achieved the same success that you want to achieve, so that their mistakes, their failures from the past become your life lessons right here and now, and you can avoid some of those landmines. So that's the premise. And so instead of looking for what we can provide, we focus more on who we can provide. So if we've got somebody who's needing help with copywriting, we bring in A-level copywriters to make them accessible to our members. And the same if somebody wants to get into direct mail, we bring in experts just based on the needs of the group.
Speaking of direct mail, because Titans Accelerator is a direct mail specialist, can you tell our audience what direct mail is and how it works?
Sure. So I mean, direct mail is a channel. So that would be any kind of marketing piece that goes out in the physical mail to your mailbox, and that's part of kind of the overall direct marketing, direct response umbrella, which is really it's a type of marketing that always has a call to action. So as opposed to billboard marketing, for the most part, if you think about you're driving down the road and you see a billboard, a lot of times that's just for awareness, and there's no real measurement on that kind of advertising or marketing, and you don't really know with any kind of level of certainty whether that kind of marketing is working. And so what direct response is You have one thing that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's to get somebody to opt in for something or to make a purchase, and the success or failure of your marketing campaign lives and dies based on were you able to achieve that one goal? Did you get the sale, or did you get the opt-in? And so it makes it really binary, kind of black and white. And that's one of the things that I love about direct response marketing, is that there's no guessing, and it keeps you humble, because things that you think will work, tests that you want to try, they'll fail oftentimes, and so you go back to the drawing board, and it's really all about figuring out what your customer, what your prospect needs, and what they want, and then using the right kind of words and language to kind of get inside the conversation that's happening in their head, so that you can become a trusted ally and a friend. And especially if you've got something that can really help people, then our belief is that you have a moral obligation to do everything you can to get that product or service to someone if it truly can help.
Well, Chris, it also, isn't it a better system than advertising, where you have to constantly be coming up with these great ideas and throw it up on a billboard, and you're only as good as that next great idea? Whereas with the direct marketing and copywriting world, you have a method that you go through where you provide the information, and it's not just about guesswork. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, because you're measuring, because you have a specific result in mind, it's either working or it's not. And so there is going back to the drawing board, but once you know what you're trying to achieve, you get everybody on the same page. It does remove the guesswork, and you're just trying to come up with new ideas to reach the end goal in a way that, you call it awareness or brand building, just doesn't have. And there's a place for brand building. Huge corporations like Coke and those kind of companies, they need to think about brand building, because they're playing at a different level or a different playing field. And a lot of the folks that we're working with, they're maybe they're just doing 6 figures a year, 7 figures. As you go up into our mastermind groups, you've got people doing more than that. But even at those levels, it's still all about what is the offer, what problem am I solving, and then how can I communicate to my prospect or to my audience as clearly and effectively as possible, so that I can help them. And that's where we come from. And yeah.
Right. And can you tell our audience a little bit about, give them a glimpse of the lifestyle that copywriters and direct marketers live by?
Yeah. So lifestyle in the sense of, I mean, you can, if you want to do this as a career, you can really do this from anywhere. So if you're looking to build a career as a copywriter, or so there's copy, there's media buying. If you want to go into being the expert on how to build the list that a copywriter is going to sell to, there are different areas of expertise that you can focus on. But really, the way that things are now, and especially in this kind of COVID-19 world, these are all things that you can do from any internet connection. And so if you are someone who wants to be able to, travel around the world and have the kind of lifestyle where, you're not tied down to one place, then you can do that by learning the skills of direct response marketing. Or, if you want to stay put in one place and work from home, or get an office, or even work for another direct response type company, a lot of those companies, they already have a remote work team. That just tends to be the way that these businesses are built. And so, yeah, you can definitely have a custom tailor-made lifestyle once you learn the skills of direct response, for sure.
So I'd like to turn your attention now to the summit. This is so
Hmm.
exciting. It's a Titans Accelerator Survive and Thrive Direct Marketing Summit. And as you can see on your screen, you can find out more about it by going to ThriveNow.Live. But Chris, tell us about what we can expect at the summit. Who's going to be presenting? A few, I know there's many, so just give us a
Hmm.
couple bullet points about what we should anticipate at the summit.
Sure. So the summit is this Wednesday, which is April 22nd, and we start at 8 a.m. and it's a full day. We're doing it live, and we have I think about 12 speakers. We're basically doing it straight through from 8 to 6, and there are no breaks. So we're going. We've lined up the speakers. Folks are coming in 20-minute sets, and we're just going every 30 minutes basically. So we've got several really A-list copywriters who are going to be there, and the focus of what we're wanting to do with this is, we're making it for free. We want to help people who have been businesses who've been impacted by the current environment with COVID-19 and things like that. But then also, I think it's a good opportunity for folks who, if you don't know anything about direct response marketing, if you're in college and or you just come out of college, that's kind of the group of people that often gets forgotten when we're looking at what things that are going on right now with this pandemic. And it can be a really great introduction to somebody who, if you have kind of a heart to want to get good products and services out to people, and you want to learn the skills that can help you do that, then coming to this summit, learning about direct response, listening to these copywriters, listening to people who know how to run Facebook ads or Google AdWord campaigns, but then also listening to people who have built direct response businesses. So, CEOs that we'll have, and we'll talk to them about, what changes are they making now? How are they making a pivot given everything that's going on? And so we just want to share as much information as possible and highlight what trusted, top marketers are doing right now to make adjustments in their business and the businesses of their clients, because all it takes is that one idea from somebody listening to completely shift the opportunity in front of them. And so that's what's motivating us to do this and put this out for free.
One of the things I like about what you're doing is that people can attend this session free, but there's a lot
Mhm.
to direct marketing. And so what you really, I think, is really creative and wonderful that you're doing is that if you go there and you really like this and want to delve deeper and refresh this, they can purchase this for what, $57? And I believe
Correct.
all that's going to charity. Can you tell us all a little bit about that?
Yep, for sure. So, yeah, if you come and attend the event on the day on Wednesday, the 22nd, then it's 100% for free. If you do want to get a copy of the recordings, then what we'll do is $57, and we're going to take all the money that comes in from people purchasing the recordings, and we're going to donate it to a charity. It's just outside of New York City. It's the Food Bank of Lower Fairfield County, and 100% of the proceeds are going there. And we wanted to do a local, a charity kind of close and local to New York City, because that's one of the places that's been hit hardest. Brian, who I co-founded this program with, he lives up in Connecticut, so it's definitely closer to home for him. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, but we're going to donate it to this food bank outside of New York City, and we've already talked with them. They're very excited to have this this donation coming in. But the other thing that we're doing, if you do decide to donate, we've got 2 more bonuses that we're going to give to folks. So Brian has a book called Over Deliver, and it really is it's a documentation of if you're going to build a direct marketing business and build it at the level of success that he did, Boardroom at one point was $150 million a year company, then this is sort of his memoir of how he did that and what are the principles that allowed him to do that. And along with that, we have this huge bonus collection for anybody who has a copy of Over Deliver. Then you'll get that as well. And it's everything from, I think there are 12 or 13 different programs that you get. So these are like the Titans of Direct Response event that I mentioned before. You'll get the full 2-day event. There's another full day event that Brian did with Perry Marshall, who's another fantastic business mind, copywriter, advertising specialist. And Jay Abraham gave us 2 different programs for anybody who was a buyer of Over Deliver. And Jay Abraham is just one of the legends of marketing. And Dan Kennedy gave us $1 million swipe file, which is a swipe file. If those you don't know, it's what a copywriter uses to study old ads and old successful past copywriting sales letters, so that you can learn what worked and start to kind of embed those principles in your brain. So that's just 3 or 4 of the things you get on the bonus that comes with Over Deliver the book, and then in addition to all the recordings from the day. So it's a lot that you get for $57, and it all goes to charity.
Super. It all sounds great. And of course, as a member myself, I've seen this firsthand working, and I'm very excited that you're offering this summit, particularly at this time. In the few minutes we have left, and 2 minutes we have left, is there anything that I have not asked you that you'd like to share?
I think that one of the things that I would point out to any of your listeners is that the skills of being a direct response marketer are really recession and pandemic proof. And I would want to impress upon your audience to think about it that way, because if you learn the skill set of how to communicate effectively with a prospect or a customer in a way that they eventually decide to do business with you, then you can take that skill set and you can apply it to any market. Because even though there are businesses that have been hurt by this pandemic, there are other businesses in different markets who it's been really good for them. And so if you found yourself in a business that was hurting, then you would be able to take those skills and move it over to a different niche, a different industry. And there's it just opens the world for opportunity once you start to learn these skills. And it doesn't take it's not as hard as you may think. And so the summit is a great introduction for folks who might be interested in that.
Thank you, Chris. You've been listening to Chris Mason. We really appreciate you coming on. This is a great opportunity. It's not one where you want to hang up and go and think about it for days and days. There's no risk. It's a free seminar. And so if you're looking for an optimal place to go to look for a bright future, I strongly recommend you to just click on the ThriveNow.Live, and you will see everything you need to know about the summit. Thank you, Chris, for joining us today. Thank you, our audience. We hope that this is something that will help you during this very, very tense time. Thank you for joining us. You've been listening to Inside Capitol Hill. I'm Monica Coleman, and I'll look forward to talking to you again.